What is up, everyone? Welcome back to episode 4 of Two Guys and One Ball. We're back at it again, and we're ready to go for an all-star themed episode.
Nice. We are still the same hosts from the last 3 episodes. Ethan, Brown, and
John now, though.
Oh yeah, he carried.
Yeah, he did. I don't know how many views we got. I haven't kept track of anything, but
yeah, me neither.
You know, we're out here because we do it for the love of the game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we don't need credit or anything or money, or well, I could use money.
But the fame is irrelevant.
That's the mentality we like to hear, ARSH. That's genuine. That's real right there. All
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
So to start off this episode, we're only going to do 2 segments. We thought that the draft was botched and Kevin Durant fucked himself over. Pardon my language.
Yeah. Very, very crappy team.
Like they're not bad, but they're not good.
They're gonna get destroyed. It's the Monsters going up against the regulars in
Looney Tunes.
Space Jam. Yeah.
Like the Monsters going up against the T-Wolves.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so to start, we're just going to do a mock draft. And if anyone says something stupid or does something dumb, we can roast each other right out of there and provide reasoning for it. Otherwise, we're just going to go along with the mock draft and finish up with Go to the Week.
Yes, sir.
All right, so representing Team LeBron is me. He's Team KD. So who gets first pick? We'll do a coin toss.
I'd like to point out, while he does the coin toss, I pick heads, by the way, but I'd like to point out that the reason I didn't get LeBron was because he called it first. I had to respect the dibs.
Respect the dibs, always. And it is heads. ARSH gets the first pick. Fuck.
Okay. So I've got KD right now, but KD's injured, which means I'm going to get an extra selection. Yeah, I get an extra selection at the very end. Whoever's left will be my extra.
Yeah.
But I think the first pick I will make will be Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Ooh, interesting. I'm kind of glad about that. That kind of
I figured he's a decent replacement for KD. He doesn't have the range, but other than that, I think I did okay.
Okay, I can vibe with that. It makes me pretty happy. I'm actually okay with that a lot. I got to go with Luka Magic just because I know that I know who I should have gone with, but I mean, the kid's special, and I want to see him with Braun no matter what. And I knew that'd be ARSH's next pick. I'm playing chess out here while he's playing checkers. So
it would have been my next pick.
Exactly.
But that's okay.
ARSH likes the man.
Because for my second pick, we're adding range. You know, we've got Chef Curry.
I knew you were going to go Chef. That's who I was going to pick instead of Luka.
Stephen Curry.
I vibe with that pick. Really, he should be much higher than any of this. Like, he just won the 3-point contest and he dropped like 31 in the first round. Like, the man is a god. Like, the baby child is a beast. And he's just having a great year too. Love to see him come back. Actually, do you know in his first MVP season, he only averaged like 24 points a game, but he put in work. Like, he was efficient and they won a lot, but it wasn't crazy. His second also MVP season, that was crazy.
That was insane. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's getting a lot more credit this year because he doesn't have Clay either. It's just him.
Oh, true. He just has the free range. Well, he's got Andrew Wiggins.
Yeah.
Well, moving on with my pick.
Yeah, that's helpful.
Joel Embiid.
Okay.
MVP of this year. I'm taking him. We need some center presence, and I think he's a good vibe for it.
Joel Embiid. You know, that's okay because I'm going to take the only other center available, the Joker, Nikola Jokic.
Yeah, you see, he plays really well with the guys you have. I don't think he works with my guys. Mine are a bit more on the tough side. I definitely, no offense to Bradley Beal, but I don't want Bradley Beal. But I need a point guard, and oh god, I gotta go Kyrie. I need Kyrie. I need my guard. He played with chemistry.
Ooh,
I think he and Luka could vibe out pretty well, so I'll go Kyrie.
That's fair. I was a little bit happy you didn't take Kawhi because Kawhi is my next pick.
No. Okay, well, that's pretty obvious. No disrespect to Bradley Beal. I think he's a supporting cast. I think he's just getting buckets because he has Drew Hanlon training him 24/7, and Drew Hanlon's a great personal trainer. Like,
Yeah.
I think Bradley Beal should be the Klay Thompson to a superstar. So I don't see the stock in him. I just see his team is bad and he gets buckets. Like, I think he's a bucket getter at heart. I don't
So
think
you see him as a Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, you know how what's his face? Shaq described Donovan Mitchell as like needing to get to the next level. He needed to add playmaking and all that. He's a great.
Yeah.
I think that's where I see Bradley. I made that argument last time, but I'm going Jason Tatum because the kid, while he's not having the best year and the Celtics are surprisingly bad, I love his game.
Okay, and that means that for my replacement for KD, I get Bradley Beal. So let's read off our starting five. You take it first.
So I got Braun, greatest of all time. Luka, the next greatest of all time in the debate. You can quote me on that. Joel Embiid, current MVP this season. Kyrie, walking bucket, score at will, point god. Not a point god, actually, but like just a bucket. And then Jason Tatum, the guy whose beard finally connected to round out the starting.
Only 19. He's only 19. Except he's like 22 now, but Boston's still like, he's only 19.
Well, Brian Scalabrine hypes people up way too much. Okay, now ours to your starting five.
Okay, so we've got Curry at the 1, Beal at the 2, Kawhi at the 3, Giannis at the 4, and Nikola Jokic at the 5.
I actually was surprised saying this now, but I still think my starting five beats yours.
I don't think so.
I'm kind of surprised by it, but I would say they're pretty even, if anything. Like, it's much more balanced than the last time. Like, the starting five, you can't really go that wrong. It was basically, if you got Tatum and Beal on your team, I thought Kawhi, honestly, I don't put him that highly when I think of like All-Star game, because he doesn't care. Sure, he was All-Star MVP, was last year, but he just doesn't care. Like, he just does his thing.
Doesn't.
Like, and defense is the one thing that you play in these games, and that you don't play in these games, and that's his specialty. So I went for buckets.
I mean, even if you're going for buckets, you have maybe 3 players at best for range.
Oh yeah. Well,
I've got 4. It's just
matter.
Giannis who's slacking.
Yeah, Giannis needs to get a shot. Okay, now we go into reserves. I'm all
Nice.
this because me and Arsh are both nice, good old students, good academic students, and I left things till last minute, and I'm feeling the heat. So
Unlucky.
It is unlucky. I think I get first pick since you got first pick last time.
Yes, sir.
And I think this is definitely a no-brainer, but just kidding. I'm going to go Dame Dollar. I need someone to match that.
I knew it's gonna be those 2 players that go.
No,
so
Dame
you picked Dame, I'm picking Harden.
Yeah, that's completely fair. I'll even highlight him for you. I'll get him off the board. Like,
thank you. Yeah, those 2 are going first for sure.
I needed a guy who is tough, could get that deep range, spread the floor. You know he's going to be playing in replacement for Tatum in the final 5 minutes of a game. Starters doesn't mean shit. It's whoever finishes the game, and I want Dame finishing my game any day. So
that's fair enough.
Next up, I got to go with Ben Simmons.
Ooh, carrying on the LeBron tradition.
No, he's balling out this year. I think he's just got a great game. Like, I think he's been playing phenomenal defensively, so I can come back Kawhi if crunch time is considered, depending on how close our teams are. So I think that's valid.
Okay, that's fair. I respect it. Looking at the list, I know there's a couple players I can't pick just for chemistry reasons. So I think I'm going to fill out my guards and pick Donovan Mitchell because he doesn't deserve to go last.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't.
He's a good player. He's leading his team. He's a good leader. I respect him, but he's not my favorite player. He's not. Like, people hype him. People hype him too much, I would say.
He almost beat out your prized Nuggets last season.
Yeah, but then my boy Jamal Murray dropped 250 pieces. So it's a tough one. That's a tough listen, to quote Drake. All right. Well, next up, I could go for some size before size is gone. So I might honestly take Rudy Gobert. No, just kidding. I'm going Zion. I don't care, man. Like, He's a beast. This year, his stats are obscene. And his play style, him and JJ Redick's pick and roll, where JJ's the screener, you never think a little guy screening works, but that play is unstoppable.
I'm about to release my cheese on you right now. I'm quite upset with how high Zion has been placed in this all-star format. So first, he gets picked as a reserve.
Well,
and now,
what's wrong with
recently
that?
this morning, they found out
26 on 60% shooting.
Dude, I don't care. Recently, they found out that who is it? Joel Embiid, who's supposed to be a starter for KD, might have gotten COVID contact. They traced it back to him or something. So Zion's replacing him as a starter. They're making Zion in his second year. Dude's played less games than John Morant. They're making him a starter over DeMar DeRozan, who didn't even get selected to be in the All-Star game.
Okay,
I'm so cheesed by that.
Much better than DeMar right now. That's not a fair comparison. DeMar is playing great. And I'm not a Zion hype beast. I thought he was overhyped. I still think he is, but now I think he's underappreciated for what he does.
Overhyped and underappreciated.
Okay, well, we're moving on. Who's your pick?
DeMar DeRozan. Oh, wait, he's not here.
Or he better get into the Hall of Fame.
So much cheese. Okay, I'm going with Sabonis.
Oh, fuck.
I think he's one of the guys who made the draft and deserved it, but he still slept on because the Pacers. They're
not having a good year. They're not having a good year. All right, I'll highlight Sabo for you. See, the one guy I thought I was genuinely shocked took so long to get picked was Paul George. Like, why did they pick Zach LaVine, Julius Randle, like all these other guys ahead of PG, who's having a great year? He's one of the smoothest players in the league. How? Like, I don't understand. Like, LeBron picked him and joked about the LA hate, but like, I don't understand. Is it because he talks so much shit that no one wants him on his team? Like,
maybe it's just no one wants Pandemic P.
Oh, Pandemic P. Man, I think he's going to have a great postseason this year. I don't think he's the type of kid to quit. I like P. He says dumb things, but I love Paul George. Plus his shoes.
Never liked him.
Oh, nice. All right. Well, who's your pick following my Paul George? And I really hope you don't get who I was thinking about.
Okay, so I need bigs. That's all I've got left. I think I'm going to take – I really don't want to because I don't like him, but I'm taking Rudy.
I already have Rudy.
No, you don't. You picked Zion.
Really? I did? No.
You slipped up, Bus.
Just kidding. You want more buckets? I got more buckets. Rudy's not a bucket. To quote, what's his face? Shaq. He's a 14 or a 12 and 12 guy for 200 million. So.
God, I love Shaq.
So petty. There's a guy I want. I want CP3. But right now I've got Dame, I've got Ben Simmons, I've got Luka, and I've got Kyrie. Ball handling isn't my thing. I'm going Julius Randle, wearing the Knicks hat.
Good.
I don't like Nikola Vucevic that much. Like, he's underappreciated, but he needs either out of Orlando to be considered a good play, like to be considered a great, like an elite player. Because I feel like these are all pity selections. Like, you're really talented, but your team's ass.
Yeah.
Like,
That's totally fair.
Everyone recognizes he's a really, really good player. Like, if he replaced Marc Gasol in the Lakers, oh my God. But
I agree.
I feel like he's just not as elite as Julius Randle is, to be honest.
It's like today when you look at Blake Griffin, no one really cared about him on the Pistons, but now all of a sudden he's joining the Nets for the season and it's blown up because the Nets have 5 All-Stars. He's signed. He's done. He's there for the rest of the season.
No. That's crazy.
Lakers and foe. Doesn't matter.
No, man, Nets are going to win.
Lakers in 4.
While Blake Griffin was in his bad time, he learned how to become like a facilitator and a passer. Him in a 4 role would just be crazy with the rest of that team. Like, he doesn't even have to catch lobs. He can just be like a Draymond presence.
Okay, LeBron fanboying aside, I have to admit, the Nets are pretty good. They've got 2/3 of Lob City reunited,
2/3
and
of
they've
Lob
got
City.
2/3 of the original OKC trio united. So, I mean, and instead of CP3 and Russell Westbrook, you have Kyrie, which isn't a bad trade-off by any means. That's 5 All-Stars.
That's 1/3 of the what's it called? The 3-1 comeback squad.
Yeah.
LeBron, K. Love, and well, just kidding. Gotta give Richard Jefferson and who was the James Jones some credit.
JR. That's it. That's all you need.
JR is the best. Okay, I think your pick's up, isn't it? No.
Yeah. Okay, so you take Julius. I think I still need someone with a little bit of size, but
Take Nikola.
no, I want to pick someone else before you take them. So I'm taking Chicago Bulls star Zach LaVine, the greatest Chicago Bulls player of all time.
You just triggered so many old heads, including this one. And we already had a debate where I was sounding like an old head this week.
Oh, yeah, we did.
For the record, our group chat that I've since been out of because of social media, but they thought that Lil Dicky is one of the best freestyle rappers of all time.
No one thought that. That was just Matab.
You said
no one thought that.
You did.
Kevin said he's not bad, but he said I would never put him in my top 5.
20. Okay, point aside. I guess the shot, because ARSH is just fully shooting at old people now. I've got to say, right now, I have 1, 2. I've got shooting guards. I need small forward presence. So I might. Jalen Brown makes the most. I love his game. He's playing well, arguably better than his all-star starter teammate, Jason Tate. The coaches wanted him as the starter, but he just people
fan
like
votes and stuff.
He's just more of a bucket, I think. Like he just is.
Jalen's pretty raw. I think yesterday or the day before, I was watching the Celtics play, and he hit like 7 straight buckets, and they weren't like layups; they were from the field. Yeah. Like he was pretty good.
I think his game, it was super, when he first came into the league, it was mechanical. Like he was able to use his athleticism, stop, start kind of potential to get guys to hesitate for a second in college. When he hit the league, it worked, but it just came off not as much of a flow to his game. I think he's put in the work. Like you see his moves. He does like a retreat, hezzy step, cross, and then he switches his footwork and gets a guy just biting and slowed down. Like his, what's this? Here's Siren.
He has a fast shot as well.
Wait, did you hear that?
I really don't.
Okay, we'll ignore it. My house could be burning down. I think my neighbor's fire alarm's going off.
Nice.
Sus. Okay, so yeah, I got it turned off now. So I got Jalen Brown. Who is your pick? We're down to the last players being Nikola Vucevic, CP3, and Mike Conley.
Okay, I know I need a little bit more big presence.
Take some size.
I don't want to because Nikola Vucevic, you already explained the reasoning for it. Mike Conley, they gave him Booker's spot, which should have gone to DeRozan. So I have personal beef with him now. So we're taking CP3.
I wanted CP3. Okay, I'll take Vooch because I do need size in the end of this. So that means
I'm stuck with Conley.
Why? Like he just balled out in the 3-point contest. Like he wasn't bad. Like Conley's a good player. He's a solid young fella. Like not young fella. He's old as hell now. But
he's old.
He's from the grit and grind era, man. You really ever trying to diss someone who's on the grit and grind team? I respect.
Okay, but DeMar's definitely better than Mike Conley.
They were college basketball in the NBA. That was the grit and grind.
DeMar DeRozan is definitely better than Mike Conley.
No, I agree with that, man. DeMar it's small market and less hype. Like the lower you are, I think like if you're a large city and you're lower in the ranks, you can still get into the All-Star game. But if you're from a small market and you're just as good as that same equivalent player, you're like twice less as likely.
Unless you're winning, which was why the Spurs always had All-Stars before, because they were winning. But now they're 8th seed, like bottom of the pack. No one really cares.
All right, well, let's round out our reserves, and we're going to post these down in the comments if anyone ever reads and makes any effort. We'll post in the comments. Hit whichever team, give them a like, give them a thumbs up, and whoever has the most. Do you want to put some bet on this?
Okay. What are you thinking? Slap
okay.
bet?
I'll go slap bet. We have to record it whenever we're COVID and whatever in the same city.
Yeah.
So I'll go slap bet.
Slap bet.
Deal.
How many slaps?
1. I'm a little bitch. I'm breakable. Like if I slap you, I'm getting more hurt than you are.
Yeah, you are.
All right. So to just round out our reserves, ARSH, you want to go first? Say what you got.
Sure. Okay, so I've got James Harden, Donovan Mitchell, Sabonis, Gobert, Zachary Levine, CP3, and Michael Conley.
Okay, it's not a bad lineup, but when you look at my team, I got Dame Time, bye PG. I got Ben Simmons, DPOY, first guard DPOY since Gary Payton, hopefully. Then I got Zion Williamson, the big boy. Honestly, gotta respect him. He's putting in work this year. PG, the comeback from pandemic P. Julius Randle.
Still in the pandemic though.
Always vibed with Julius Randle, even when he was getting bullied by Kobe. Loved his game. Jalen Brown, better than Jason Tatum all time. Like, not all time, but like low key this year. And then Nikola Vucevic, I got some size in the end. He's not bad, but he's just not great.
Okay, but I have more chemistry than you, so I win.
Dude, I've got. Oh. Okay, no, you don't. That's dumb.
Yeah,
like,
I do.
I have Kyrie and Braun. I have Simmons.
Okay, but you also have Dame and PG.
I have Simmons and Embiid. I have Tatum and Jalen Brown. I have literally 3 pairs of teammates.
You have Celtics versus Sixers, and then you also have Dame versus PG.
Okay, well, look at who you got. You got Kawhi, robot. Okay, Curry's a glue guy. Like, they're all pretty chill guys, but that's the issue. They don't have killers. You don't have any killers.
Dude, if this was 2K, my team would have a 97% chemistry. Yours would be probably like 72.
I don't know, man. I think my team could pull it together. At the end of the day, it's about buckets. They're all professionals. It's bad chemistry no matter what in an all-star game because you never played with all these guys before, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
So I'm just saying.
Then again, no one plays defense, so you get buckets anyways.
Exactly. And I think I got more bucket getters. So we'll post in the comments, like whichever one you think is better, and we'll take the results from there. I get to whip ARSH in the face, which is great.
Okay, buddy.
Okay, buddy. There's your Toronto. Nyai.
No.
Now there's a clip of me saying nyai. Great.
Screen recorded.
It actually is. All right, and then to our go to the week, because I have to build a spaceship.
Yes, to skedaddle.
Skedaddle. Not going to say the rest of that. ARSH, would you like to introduce the topic for this week?
Okay, so this week's GOAT of the Week topic is the best change to an All-Star Game event, excluding the recent change they made of adding team captains. Okay. So Ethan Brown and I will make our selection, and we will be each given 30 seconds to explain why we think that change to the format is worthy of being the greatest of all time. And then we will debate, and I will win, and we'll call it a day.
You know I'm going to win this. Well, no, I know
okay.
I know our pick. So who would like to start?
Just go back to the old reliable coin toss.
Oh, really making me reach for this coin again. Heads or tails?
Tails.
I'd like to point out to the camera, we have a heads. ARSH lost. So I'm going to start, and I'll put my time in my head. It'll be a quick argument, I think, because
I'm watching it. Don't worry. I see it.
In the 1998 game, one of the best All-Star games ever, they had a rail cam, which was a side camera that was at like basically crowd level, first row seats that would follow players along, gave you the slickest angles of Kobe, gave you the slickest angles of Jason Kidd, AI. One of the best All-Star games ever, but then they added the coolest camera angle ever, and they brought it back for the bubble. So not only did that change take a break that never came back for a while, but it came back later when we all respected it, social media had it out. I think it's the best camera angle. It made the All-Star game feel like
done. Okay. I will one up you on this rail cam being the best change to the All-Star game with the introduction of the Kobe format, where both teams play till 24 points to honor a All-Star legend, Kobe Bean Bryant, who passed away last January. And that is all I have to say on that.
Okay. Really
You're
cool
saying a rail cam?
Angle. It's a really cool camera angle.
So you're saying a rail cam over Kobe? A rail cam?
I think they were pretty creative with that, and it was a really well done tribute. Gotta respect the legends, and I think ARSH takes this week pretty handily.
Oh yeah. Shout out to CP3 for introducing it. Yeah, you picked rail cams. You picked first, and you picked rail cams.
Because it was a cool angle. It was revolutionary. You look at clips from that All-Star game. A, one of the best All-Star games ever. B, it felt like you were there. It was so sick. You just see Kobe. You'd be moving along at the same speed as Kobe. You'd feel like you were there. You could take the shot. Beautiful. I don't like your silence. Okay, you win. You win. You win. Anything to do with Kobe? Let's ban, I hate to say it, ban Kobe for any non-Laker related.
You're banning Kobe. No, wow.
His point will automatically win so many.
Okay, so he's banned from Goat of the Week.
In most circumstances, it depends. Because, like, I don't know. I can't disrespect Kobe. Like, I can't argue against one of the greatest players and idol to so many, Mamba mentality himself, knowing, everything. So that's tough. That's tough.
So Ethan took not one, not two, but 3 L's today.
What? My team is better.
He lost the GOAT. He lost the GOAT debate. He's wearing a Knicks hat, and he's behind in everything in school.
Race. They're in the playoffs race.
It's still a Knicks hat, bro.
Sexy hat. All right. Well, to end on me getting roasted about my entire life falling apart, that was our episode this week. Hope you all enjoy the All-Star game, or enjoyed, because by the time this comes out,
it'll be over.
It's on right now.
Team LeBron will have won.
When's the dunk contest going on?
In the halftime.
Oh, is it?
Kind of weird. Yeah.
Yeah, that's dumb. I guess no performer, I guess, but
yeah.
That's too bad, because I don't want to watch that while doing work, but I might have to. All right. Well, signing off, ARSH, any last remarks? Do you have a catchphrase yet?
No, I don't.
Let's make one.
Okay. What do you want to make it?
See you later, cool cats and kittens.
See you later, cool cats and kittens. Yeah, no, I don't really like that.
You could quote your six god, Drake. Rip something off of him. Oh, you know what we could do? We could end it. You know the clip where he's talking about Draymond's podcast? I made that joke earlier where he went, "Oh, it's a tough listen." We could get that clip and play that at the end of our podcast.
I think that's perfect. No one makes it that far anyways.
Exactly. So if anyone sees it, it'll be funny as hell. It'll actually pay it off. Just kidding. John listens to the entire thing.
So yeah. Shout out to John. John's a real one. He watches the whole thing.
Yeah. I looked at the analytics of our first episode, and the average watch time was like 2 minutes. And I think it's because me and Arsh were checking how many views we got. So each time we check it, we make another view. So
I only did that for the first episode. After that, I was like, nah, whatever.
No, yeah. The school's gone up, effort's gone, whatever. So we're just out here batting.
For real.
So all right. Well, in the words of Drake, it's a tough listen.
That was a tough listen. Okay, sick.